What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Rose Gold Martin. And today, or not today, but last week or 2 weeks ago, we went drifting and we crashed. If you guys want to see that video, go ahead, click the link down below so you guys can. So all of this makes sense because it's the story that's kind of following through. But if you guys want to go ahead and see the drift event, go ahead, hit the link down below, go ahead and watch it, and then come back to this video. So today what we're going to be doing is we will be replacing the tie rods. We're going to be throwing these in right here. There's something a little bit special about them, and the special thing about cops. I don't know, there always tends to be cops kind of just like sneaking around this neighborhood. Anyways, carrying on, the special thing about these is that for one, they're extended, so they're a little bit longer. They have this bushing right here at the end. That bushing right there, it goes on the steering rack. It's a steering rack bushing, so it's going to give us a little bit more angle. I'm gonna go ahead, like this wheel, as you can see here, I'll show you guys the actual damage. So my steering wheel is straight, and as you can tell, this wheel is straight with the body line. If we come over here, you guys see that? See the problem? Do you see the problem? I'm gonna go ahead and take some tape and mark this line. You know, I'm gonna turn the wheels full lock, put some tape on it. We'll do everything. Well, I'll try to get the wheel as straight as I can and then mark it again and see how much angle we got. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna go ahead and raise up the car and we'll just go through with it. Okay, so just as you guys saw, we had the wheel at full lock, and this is where we're at. Have it marked, start, stock angle. I don't have a protractor to see how much angle that is. I can try and find one to see like actually how many degrees we got. So this is kind of where we're at right now. And this is kind of more of an estimate, but it looks like that's 35 degrees stock. And like I said, that's an estimate. That's a really cheap protractor that I just found in my garage, but it's something to at least give us a point of reference of where we're at. So we're gonna go ahead, jack up the car, take the wheels off, and we'll go at it from there. I don't care what anyone says, jacking up a car is still one of the scariest things to do for me. I have a really extensive imagination, so I always imagine being under it and the car just like car's up, ooh. Tire's flat. The car is up now. We're gonna take the wheels off, put them under the frame so that we don't get crushed, just in case. And then we'll go take a look at the actual damage of the tie rods. Okay, so wheels are under the car. And if you didn't know what a tie rod is, even though I already showed you guys on the other one, this is where it's at. So from your wheel, right, this is what I believe is your control arm. Sorry if I'm wrong, I don't know all the theory about this stuff. Right behind your control arm is your tie rod. This is what's connected to your steering rack right here. This is what helps you steer. That right there, that steering rod, or not steering rod, but that tie rod right here. When you move your steering wheel, that's what's connected to it. That's what helps you steer. Also, headband, because my hair was getting in my face. So that's what we're gonna be replacing today. And in order to do that, we're gonna have to take this bolt off to get it off of the outer tie rod. We're gonna have to take this boot off and then maybe do something in there. I don't know if we can just pull it out or something. But in order to get to there, we're gonna have to take this little plastic cover off, and I'm probably just gonna leave it off anyway. Because I mean, look at the underside of this car. Like it's just completely trashed because it's really low. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll try to explain to you guys what I'm doing to the best of my knowledge. Oh, these are really on there. Oh, you know why it's really on there? Because I'm tightening it. It's really early for me. Improvise, boys. So now that we've loosened that bolt up, inside of there, that right there, there we go. That right there, we have to, what's the word, untwist that to be able to get the boot out. We took it off, but I broke it, so I might end up just getting like a wire hanger and, you know, cutting pieces and being able and just like twisting it up on there. Now that that's off, so now the only thing left to do is to take that clip out right there. You can just do that with a couple pliers. Just take that, just like that. And then that should expose this tie rod. Or let's just try to unscrew it from here first. So we unscrewed it from here. Now it's off of the outer tie rod. And also, I'm no expert in this or anything. I'm learning all of this, but I don't think this tie rod right here is supposed to go up and down like that. Maybe it is, I don't know. I'll figure out later for sure. But now that this is off, I'm gonna try to figure out how this is supposed to come off now. You're just gonna wanna take the boot off all the way. You just like pop it off. Now, and also make sure you save this little clip because you're gonna need it later to be able to put the boot back on the other tie rod. Now up here, there's this little clip that I kind of hammered off. I don't know if you're supposed to do that or not, but that's how I did it. And to take this off, you're just gonna want to twist it off, get a wrench that's big enough that can get in there. And then lefty righty, lefty loosey. I'm gonna do this that way. We're going that way. Gonna go again with the trusty foot. Nope. Not working that way. There we go. Got the tie rod out. Look at how loose this is. It's just like, look at that. Just, whoops. Just, but there we go. Got it out. So here's the old one and the new one. You know, you can tell, I don't know if you can really see it from here, but it's a little bit longer. And it's also, like here it's a lot more noticeable, I think. You can see that this one is way longer than this one. And it also has that bushing where right here it's just kind of polished. And this one already comes, it comes lubed. So I'm not gonna have to put any lube in it. You could put like axle grease, I guess, or some kind of grease around it just to lubricate it, you know, the outside, but there's really no need in my opinion. If you want to do that to your car, go ahead, but that's how I'm gonna do it to my car. I'm gonna swap them out and I'm gonna show the comparison side to side of what it's supposed to look like versus what it looks like now. You want to make sure that's tight, just because you don't want this falling out. You don't want to be, you know, like driving, you know, and then it just like, and it just pops out. And then before you know it, your wheel is doing this on the road and then you crash. So yeah, that, make sure it's tight. Once you have the boot on, make sure it sits in that little, these tie rods have a little groove, or I guess, or a little like indent line, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it. Grab yourself some pliers and then just slide this little tidy boy right on, and then there you go. Oh, we can't forget for that wire hanger to replace the one we broke. So I'm gonna go find one from a closet somewhere. On my way to find the wire hanger, I found this. So we're just gonna use this instead and use the old one that came off as a point of reference to see how long we're gonna need it. Take this, extend it, and we're gonna use this instead. Go ahead and just trim off the excess. And you can even fold these up if you want to a little bit. Just try to do it in a way that it's not gonna hurt your boot. And now it's time to connect, I hope you guys can see that, time to connect the actual tie rod back to the actual wheel. And then now that you have that in, go ahead and just put it in somewhat to try to make your rotor wheel just kind of straight. And then we'll throw the wheel back on. Maybe not set the car down, but just try to make them straight enough that it's drivable to get to your nearest shop and get it actually aligned. But that's pretty much it. This is your lock nut. So you're gonna bring it up here to the outer tie rod, the tie rod end, and lock it up to make sure it's nice and it's not gonna, you know, come out or go anywhere. The wheel is back on and it looks straight-ish. It looks straight enough. Just go ahead, take this right here and secure it. And then once that's secured, we're gonna be done with that side. Move on to the other side. And then we'll be done. We'll be done after that. I just ate, so I'm a little sleepy, but I'm gonna try to bounce back, so I'm still like keeping the excitement in this video. But I took out the other tie rod. This is where we're at. This was a damage. It bent in 2 different places. Bent down here and up here. You can clearly tell the difference of what happened. So ta-da. That's what happens when you go out drifting without enough practice outside of the track and you go in not knowing what you're doing. So there we go. Wet, not wet. Moist, dry. Lubricated, chafing. We're gonna go ahead and throw those in, tying everything back up, set the car back down, and then we're gonna go check and see how much angle we ended up getting. So I'll see you guys once we're all done. So at the moment, a little disappointed. I don't know if I did something wrong, but the angle is practically the same. It's the same. I don't know if, you know, because like, I don't know if you noticed, but when you go full lock and let it go, it comes back a little bit. So I don't know if it changed the angle on the full lock mode where like you can hear your power steering start like squealing. But I'm gonna go get it aligned right now. And funny, I forgot to add some Loctite to the inner tie rod end. So I called the shop that I usually go to go get, you know, tires mounted, do all that stuff. And I was like, hey, how much would you guys charge to take the tire end out, you know, just screw it out, put some Loctite on, screw it back on. They said that the labor was 1.8 hours and they wanted to charge me $260 to do that. It's an 8-minute job. Not even an 8-minute job. It's like a 3-minute job. It's really not that. I don't know, man. I guess, like, I get it. Shops, that's how it is. My advice, I guess, my unsolicited advice, learn how to do things yourself. Because I'll probably just end up doing that tomorrow and save myself $260. So, it's been about 3 or 4 days since then. Basically, that was it. I took it to the shop, got it aligned, and it kind of stayed the same. Like, if anything, it was very, very, very slight. But all in all, great tie rods. I mean, they're thick, they're reinforced. I mean, they do the job. So if you'd like to get those tie rods, I got them off of Injuku Racing. I'll leave the link down below. And hey, Injuku, if you're listening, if you watch this, go ahead and support your boy. Go ahead and, you know, like, help me out a little bit, you know, tires, whatever, whatnot. That's all for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Let me know what things we could be worked on or that could be worked on. I hope you guys learned something. And also, I'm gonna include this clip right after this of just messing around, doing some donuts or whatnot. In the video, it does look, it might be an illusion, I don't know, but it does look like there was a slightest bit of angle in full lock that was increased. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff that I already said. Remember, stay golden and go ahead and just stay tuned for the next video. I'll see you guys later.